There is one gigantic piece of new news that just hit the waves. We felt necessary as a team here at New Heights to get together and send Travis and Taylor a giant congratulations for being engaged! Yeah! The proposal heard around the world! Yeah!
13 days after their New Heights podcast episode, you're telling me they're engaged. Taylor and Travis are engaged.
When the news broke that Travis Kelce had finally proposed to Taylor Swift, it felt like the entire world stopped to take it in. This was not just another celebrity engagement. This was a full-blown cultural event that had people talking across sports, music, and entertainment. Fans had been speculating for months on when Travis would get down on one knee and how the moment would look. When it finally happened, it was nothing short of breathtaking. The proposal was gorgeous in every sense. The setting was romantic, the atmosphere was unforgettable, and the ring itself was the kind of dazzling piece that only belongs on the hand of someone like Taylor Swift. It was the picture-perfect moment that instantly secured its place in pop culture history.
These pictures, enchanted. The caption, your English teacher and your gym teacher are getting married. I'm gonna be sick. Of course, it's a collab post, and to So High School, I'm gonna throw up. They gave us a ring picture. Elongated cushion cut confirmed to be the new It Girl ring shape. There also looks to be some engraving on the side. Stop.
But what makes this story even better is that one person with inside knowledge has decided to give the world a little peek into how it all went down. That person is none other than Jason Kelce. Not only is Jason Travis's older brother and a football star in his own right, he is also someone who never hesitates to keep things brutally honest. Jason has been there for Travis through the highs and lows, and now he has revealed some of the behind-the-scenes details that most people could only dream of knowing. Jason knows how nervous his brother was in the moments leading up to the proposal. He knows how carefully Travis planned every little touch to make sure Taylor felt like the center of the universe. He knows about the thought process behind choosing the exact time and place. He even has some personal observations about what made the whole thing so gorgeous and meaningful. Hearing Jason describe it makes you feel like you were right there in the room, watching a milestone in both their lives unfold in real time. And that is the beauty of Jason sharing this story. Travis and Taylor might keep their romance glamorous and private, but Jason provides that raw, candid, and completely unfiltered perspective that only a big brother can give. He is not just giving fans the big headline. He is letting them in on the nerves, the planning, and the emotion that made this proposal so powerful. It is the kind of detail that turns a beautiful engagement into something legendary. One person wrote on X, quoting Jason, "This felt different." And I'm talking about Travis. Just the way he talks about her and talked about her from the moment he was with her. You could tell how much he really, really liked her right from the get-go. And I think that the level early on of that was something that was very eye-opening to me when we first had discussions. Jason talking about Taylor and Travis. So get ready to hear the inside scoop, because Jason Kelce has revealed exactly how Travis proposed to Taylor Swift. His version of the story proves that this was not only one of the most talked about engagements of the year, it was also one of the most heartfelt and unforgettable moments we have seen in a long time. For anyone who has been following the whirlwind 2-year romance between Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, the engagement itself did not come as a huge shock. Fans had been waiting for this moment, and most could feel it was only a matter of time before Travis asked the question. What really made people sit up and talk, though, was how beautifully staged the entire thing was. Taylor and Travis did not just get engaged. They created a scene that felt like it had been lifted straight out of a fairy tale. The couple shared a series of 5 photographs on Instagram that quickly went viral, racking up more than 35 million likes and counting. Each picture captured them in a different moment of the proposal, and the setting could not have been more picturesque. They were surrounded by a perfectly landscaped garden, filled with roses and elegant urns, making the whole scene look like something out of a romantic movie. It was clear that every detail had been carefully thought out, right down to the flowers, the jewelry, and even the placement of the ring itself. In true Swift fashion, the images gave the impression of being a private, intimate peek into their lives, but anyone looking closely could tell that this was carefully art directed from start to finish. That is one of the things Taylor does best. She knows how to take a real moment and present it in a way that feels magical and larger than life. Even when the cameras are rolling, she makes it feel personal. Adding to the magic was the way they chose to present themselves. In their Instagram caption, they jokingly called themselves your English teacher and your gym teacher, which immediately sent fans into a frenzy. Travis looked sharp in a navy cable cable knit polo shirt paired with tailored shorts, while Taylor glowed in a smocked white sundress. The dress was such a hit that it sold out online within minutes of the post going live. And of course, Taylor's look was accented with Cartier jewelry that caught the light in every photo. The announcement itself took the internet by storm. Within just over 30 minutes of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce posting the engagement news, the post had already crossed 1.7 million likes, a number that kept climbing at lightning speed. It was clear that fans all over the world had been waiting for this moment, and they wasted no time in celebrating it. Of course, this milestone was years in the making. Taylor and Travis officially began their relationship in 2023, but the story of how it all started has become one of those modern love tales that fans never get tired of hearing. It began with Travis, the three-time Super Bowl champion, openly admitting on his podcast New Heights that he had tried and failed to meet Taylor at her Eras Tour stop in Kansas City. The idea of a superstar tight end making friendship bracelets and hoping to hand one to the biggest pop star in the world instantly captured everyone's imagination. From there, the rumors began to swirl. Taylor was spotted cheering from the stands at multiple Chiefs games, and every sighting seemed to fuel the fire. By the seventh time she showed up to support Travis, she brought along her father, Scott Kingsley Swift, making it clear to fans that this was no casual fling. Travis later admitted in an interview with the Wall Street Journal that he had some help behind the scenes. According to him, there were people in Taylor's circle who recognized the potential connection and encouraged her to pay attention to him. In his words, someone was playing Cupid and made sure she knew exactly who he was and how serious he was about wanting to meet her. Taylor herself later confirmed some of those details when she appeared on New Heights earlier this year. The episode was memorable, not only because she joined Travis and Jason on their wildly popular podcast, but also because she used the occasion to announce her 12th studio album, The Life of a Showgirl. During the conversation, she revisited the now famous story of how Travis had planned to pass her his number on a friendship bracelet during the Eras tour. She laughed about the attempt, calling it a wild and romantic gesture, but teased him for not having done what she described as any proper logistical planning. Even on the podcast, you could tell that Jason was trying to keep the information in. One fan wrote, "Jason crying," at the way Taylor was describing Travis because he knew he was about to propose "I'm sick." She joked that Travis genuinely thought he would be able to talk to someone working the elevators at the stadium to get himself backstage, as if it were the 1970s when things might have worked a little differently. It was a playful story that showed not only how Travis's bold move had caught her attention, but also how their relationship has been built on a mix of sincerity, humor, and fate. But there's a lot we don't know about the couple that Kelce's family is bringing us up to. In a candid interview with News 5's John Kosich, Travis Kelce's father, Ed Kelce, opened up about his son's recent engagement to Taylor Swift and gave fans a rare inside look at how it all happened. For a moment, as highly anticipated as this one, people might assume every single detail was planned to perfection months in advance, but Ed revealed that things actually unfolded in a more down-to-earth way. The official announcement came on Tuesday, when Travis and Taylor shared the news together in a joint social media post that instantly sent the internet into overdrive. But according to Ed, the actual proposal took place nearly 2 weeks earlier. By that point, the couple had been together for just over 2 years and had cemented themselves as one of the most powerful and talked about duos in the celebrity world. Ed explained that Travis had originally intended to wait a little longer to pop the question. His plan was to stage the proposal during the following week, giving himself more time to create a grand cinematic moment. But as Ed recalled, Taylor was starting to get a little antsy. She knew it was coming, and she was more than ready to say yes. Ed admitted that he kept reminding his son that it did not matter whether the proposal took place in a ballroom, a garden, or even on the side of the road. What mattered most was the act itself, that life-changing instant when you drop down on one knee and ask the love of your life to marry you. In Ed's words, no elaborate setting could ever outshine the sincerity of that simple gesture. And while Travis did end up creating a gorgeous engagement that lived up to the hype, his father's perspective gave the moment an extra layer of authenticity. It was a reminder that behind the glitz, the viral Instagram posts, and the designer outfits, this was still a story about two people deeply in love and ready to start the rest of their lives together. Fard Kelce also revealed that he was not the only one encouraging Travis to keep things simple and heartfelt. According to him, Taylor's father, Scott Swift, had been giving Travis the exact same advice. Both dads agreed that while the idea of a big, over-the-top production might sound exciting, what truly mattered was the sincerity of the proposal itself. It was about the love between Travis and Taylor, not the setting or the spectacle. When the big day finally arrived, Travis kept it close to home and deeply personal. He chose the garden at his house in Lee's Summit, Missouri, as the spot where he would ask the question. Ed described how Travis invited Taylor outside under the pretense of enjoying a glass of wine together before they headed out for dinner. Once they were in the garden, surrounded by a quiet and intimate atmosphere, Travis seized the moment and asked Taylor to marry him. Ed called the scene beautiful, noting that it was simple, genuine, and filled with love. Right after the proposal, the newly engaged couple wasted no time in sharing the joy with their families. They began FaceTiming both sets of parents to make sure everyone heard the news directly from them. For Ed, seeing his son and Taylor together, glowing with happiness as they spread the news, was an unforgettable moment. As it turned out, Ed was not at home when he got the call. He was actually attending a Philadelphia Eagles public practice that had drawn a crowd of more than 60,000 fans. In the middle of that buzzing stadium atmosphere, his phone lit up with a FaceTime call from Travis. The moment he saw both his son and Taylor on the screen, he immediately knew what they were about to tell him. Sure enough, the couple excitedly shared the news of their engagement right then and there. Ed also admitted that he had known about Travis's plan to propose for quite some time. In fact, he had expected his son to go through with it months earlier, even during last year's NFL season. The fact that it finally happened, and in such a thoughtful way, made it all the more meaningful. Looking back on it, Ed said he has never seen his son as happy as he is now with Taylor. For a father, that was the ultimate confirmation that this engagement was exactly what Travis needed, and it was clear to him that Taylor was the one who brought out the very best in his son. We actually went to a thing in KC Sunday night, which was an ESPN airing of The Kingdom, and went to that. And his mother and I went with him back to his house for dinner, where Taylor made dinner, and we had a wonderful dinner with them outside on the patio, and to just watch the two of them, just crazy about each other. It's truly kinda neat, Ed Kelce said. Just days after announcing their engagement, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce were already back in the spotlight, this time in a much more casual setting. On Thursday night, the newly engaged couple turned heads when they were spotted watching a college football game together from a luxury box. And of course, all eyes were on Taylor as she proudly showed off her brand new engagement ring for the very first time in public. The game was not just any game. It was the kickoff to the 2025-26 NCAA season, and it featured the hometown University of Cincinnati Bearcats taking on the University of Nebraska Cornhuskers at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri. For the Kelce brothers, this was personal. Both Jason and Travis are proud Cincinnati alumni, so naturally they were in full support of their Bearcats. The brothers leaned into the school spirit with their game day looks. Travis kept it cool and modern with a cap decorated in bold street art designs, while Jason went with a classic hat featuring a traditional collegiate typeface. Taylor, on the other hand, delivered the kind of effortlessly stylish outfit that her fans love to dissect. She wore a denim miniskirt paired with a crisp white sweater, white boots, and nails painted in a bold shade of green that perfectly tied the look together. One person wrote on X, "The concept of Taylor and her finance Travis watching football together from the suite where they both watched each other shine for the first time, I need a minute." But the real star of her outfit was the massive engagement ring gleaming on her finger, which caught the stadium lights and the cameras with every move she made. According to reports, the ring is an old mine-cut diamond, a timeless style that gives off a vintage yet glamorous feel. What makes it even more special is that Travis himself helped design the piece in collaboration with New York City jewelry designer Kindred Lubeck. The result is a ring that is both classic and unique, a reflection of Taylor's style and the couple's story. Although the Bearcats ultimately lost the game by a narrow field goal, the night was far from a disappointment for the Kelces or for Taylor. The sight of the newly engaged couple cheering from the luxury box, surrounded by family, made it clear that the season opener was more about love and celebration than the scoreboard. For fans watching, it was one more reminder that Travis and Taylor have fully fully embraced sharing their big moments not only with each other, but also with the world. Ever since Taylor Swift flashed her new engagement ring, one of the biggest questions on everyone's mind has been simple. How big is it and how much is it worth? The truth is, no one can seem to agree. Jewelry experts who spoke to People estimated that the diamond could be anywhere between 5 and 10 carats, with a value that could range anywhere from $125,000 to as much as $5 million. That is quite a gap, which just goes to show how tricky it is to put a price tag on a piece that was custom designed and completely unique. Sources who spoke to Page Six landed somewhere in the middle, suggesting that the final cost was likely around $1 million. At the end of the day, nobody outside of Travis, Taylor, and the jeweler really knows. What is certain is that the ring is a one-of-a-kind creation, featuring a vintage-inspired old mine-cut diamond with delicate hand etching that makes it unlike anything else currently sitting on the finger of a global pop icon. The designer behind the masterpiece, Kindred Lubeck, has spoken before about the journey that led her to this moment. In a 2024 interview with Voyage Jacksonville, Lubeck explained that it was her engraved jewelry pieces that first caught attention online. She began posting reels of her work on social media, and before long, her craftsmanship was gaining traction with a much wider audience. As the buzz grew, so did the requests. Eventually, people began asking her to design engagement rings, and she quickly became known for her ability to create timeless, deeply personal pieces. Now, with Taylor Swift wearing one of her designs, Lubeck's work has been thrust into the international spotlight in a way few jewelers ever experience. It is not just fans who are over the moon about Taylor Swift's engagement. Her inner circle is just as thrilled, and no one is cheering louder than her best friend, Selena Gomez. The moment Travis Kelce got down on one knee and slipped a ring onto Taylor's finger, Selena was right there, virtually celebrating the milestone and showering her bestie with love. On August 27th, Selena posted a heartfelt Instagram story that featured photos from the dreamy garden proposal. She added the caption, "When Bestie gets engaged," making it clear how happy she was to see Taylor stepping into this new chapter. For Swifties who have followed the friendship between Taylor and Selena over the years, it was a sweet reminder of just how close the two remain. Selena also could not resist highlighting a touching full-circle moment. Back in 2009, Taylor tweeted a message to Selena that read, "Real love still happens sometimes. It is not just something we make up when we are 9. I have to believe that. You do too." More than a decade later, a fan dug up that post and paired it with photos of both Taylor and Selena's proposals, captioning it 16 years later. Selena reshared the post to her story, bringing the nostalgia full circle and proving that the words her best friend once wrote have truly come to life. For fans, seeing Selena celebrate so openly felt just as special as the engagement itself. It was not only a moment of love between Taylor and Travis, but also a reminder of the deep, lasting friendships that have supported Taylor throughout her journey. And if anyone has been rooting for Taylor to find her happily ever after, it is Selena Gomez. So, what do you think? Comment down below and let us know. If you liked this video, click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be the first to see my next video. I post updates like this every week where I uncover the secrets of your favorite celebrities.